Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer. I'm here to review Season 2 of And Just Like That. And this is the spin-off series from Sex and the City. And diving into this season, obviously we find Carrie, Miranda, and Charlotte in very different places. We have Carrie, who's really trying to process the loss of Big, and still at this point, and Carrie's struggling with her podcast and trying to do this audio recording of her book. But probably the biggest thing that happens to her in this particular season is the return of an old flame, and that's John Corbett coming back into the series in this season. And as somebody who's never watched Sex and the City, I assumed, obviously, he's a big love interest from the original series, and you can feel that baggage, you can feel that connection. But what's interesting is how they tackle this renewed relationship, because Aiden has his own kids and has his own life, and trying to deal with those things and those responsibilities and how it fits into Carrie's life and the adjustment she's going to make. I feel like how this season ends kind of puts Carrie in a strange place, and it's understandable with how it plays out because of these complicated situations of other responsibilities, but it does kind of feel like, oh, you brought this all back from like the original series just to just pull it out once again. You have Charlotte in this particular season really trying to branch out, do her own thing, and making her husband realize, like, hey, you have to pull your weight in this relationship, and getting Harry to do his thing. And I think it's nice seeing Charlotte taking that control and that lead here in terms of what she wants to do. I do think like she's probably has the least amount of focus out of the three main characters in this season. And then you have Miranda, who's with Che, and their relationship definitely goes through ups and downs, and obviously has gotten a lot of attention through this season, and how things wind up, maybe not the best place, but are they both better off without each other and growing from this relationship? And I think Miranda, obviously, big part of this season is the relationship, and there's some really uncomfortable moments that happen between herself and Che, and then Che and what they're doing in terms of trying to find themselves again and trying to recalibrate what their life's going to look like and their priorities. This show not exactly lifting off exactly how it's going to how they wanted, and it's fun seeing Tony Danza pop up in this. He was a fun addition, and like especially having Miranda trying to figure out exactly how to find balance in her life. There's a lot of vitriol with Steve, and that's uncomfortable. And then of course you have Anthony and Seema and their situations, and Lisa and how each of them are dealing with their situations, and Naya. So like there's a lot of characters bouncing around here getting their own stories, and you can tell there's a lot of situations in this season that like I haven't watched the show, but like I could tell like might not make big fans of Sex and the City very happy. I do feel like overall, this series is very blunt, and there's not a whole lot of finesse in how they handle things. It's all very surface level, and it'll be interesting if the show evolves a little bit more past, like it's all about relationships and stuff like that, and kind of focusing on what the women are dealing with in their day-to-day lives. But I do, in general, enjoy watching this show. In terms of the characters, yeah, does it frustrate me? Yeah, do I roll my eyes watching it? Sure. But it's one of those kinds of things where it's like, it's campy and it knows it. It knows that it's not like this prestige show like, say, Succession or something like that. And it's not taking itself too seriously, but, it's trying to make you feel some things. And, it's a pretty easy watch, 40-minute episodes a piece for a drama like this. But overall, I had some fun with it. I did like where some of the characters went in this season. I think Carrie's probably the one that I felt the most connected with, and her rekindling with Aiden in this season. But overall, I think it's a fun time. This isn't certainly not one of the best shows on television, but you have your fun with it. But those are my thoughts on And Just Like That Season 2. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.